Okay. Well, I don't have any intro for the podcast. I used to have I used to have like a big to be honest, the longest it ever was like 2 minutes. It was when I first started. It was actually embarrassing.
Oh, really?
Think about it. And then it became this like habit where I'd say the same thing, and then slowly but slowly it got shorter and shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
And now I just cut the conversation straight
Okay.
straight to it.
All right, because you can always like put little things at the beginning
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And sometimes like we just get straight into such deep conversation. I'm thinking, fuck. So I just start the episode like literally in the middle of a great conversation.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, but a little apologies as well. I've got these mouth guards in, these what do you call them, Invisaligns,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm fucking struggling to talk, eh?
Yeah. Do they work? Like, I've seen like the ads for Invisalign.
They are working. Like I've only had them in for maybe 3 or 4 weeks now.
Is it kind of like braces?
Yeah, it's like braces. And for the first, every time you put a new mouth guard in, which is every week, the first 4 days hurt.
Oh, really?
Especially yesterday.
It really tightens everything.
Yeah. And the point is they're trying to like spread everything out a bit more and open up my mouth a bit.
Yeah.
But fucking, it's so hard to talk in it.
That's okay.
So I apologize in advance for any sense
No, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know where to even start this episode because we've already gone on so many. We've talked about so many things leading up to it when it comes to like the psychic approach to and the sound healing, which is what we first started the conversation about. You've come and given me gifts and you bring all the equipment. It's like
It's not much, just a few little.
it's a lot more than most people have ever brought when they found me as though.
Okay.
It's really exciting for me.
Yeah.
But I was thinking I wanted to start the conversation actually with what I seen last night. And you were doing some kind of class or some kind of thing. Can you tell me a little bit about what that was last night?
Yeah. So it was just like a little guided meditation and sound healing class. It's been years since I've done a class of my own.
Yeah.
I stopped for a while and just been doing more collaborations with women, which is I feel like what I'm meant to be doing right now. Yeah, like I've been so lucky to build like a really beautiful community of women. And it's just really nourishing and fills my heart. And yeah, when I work with other female practitioners, it kind of just like flows. So I love doing all of that. But yeah, so I've started doing classes again fortnightly at a place in Swansea.
And then that's in Newcastle, is it?
Yeah. That's just called Soul Remedial. And yeah, so I'm hoping to do some one-on-one stuff there, some private sound healing, and set up my Vibro Acoustics Lounge.
Vibro Acoustic Lounge. Is that what you'd call like a studio? Like, is it?
It's kind of like a lounge that vibrates.
Oh, so is that actually? Yeah.
So I run frequencies through it, and you listen to soundscapes on the headphones, and yeah, it's just a really cool experience. Kind of feels like you're levitating.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Because I guess the 9D kind of world has grown a lot lately, and I did experience that. Did we discuss Alex together? We did discuss.
Yeah. So Alex and I have been chatting. He's based in Sydney, but there's no 9D breathwork currently in Newcastle. So I think we're going to do some day retreats and events.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, in Newcastle.
Well, it was a mad experience when he invited me to go experience that whole world, and to be honest, to add another element like a vibrating couch.
Yeah. I said that to Alex. I was like, fuck, everyone needs to be on a vibrating mount. And it will just,
Imagine what a podcast that this is one and you had one, and we both had headphones hooked up, but we also had the things on, and that'd be crazy.
Yeah. So stay tuned. So that,
No, that's so interesting. So the sound healing world that you're involved in, can you just explain a little bit about like what that means? Like what is sound healing?
Yeah. Okay. Sound healing. It's basically based on the profound experience that like everything is energy and everything is vibration. And like through sound healing instruments, we're able to manipulate that sound and energy to create a new reality or better health, like in our physical body, rebalance our nervous system. We're able to kind of bridge the gap between this dimension and higher energetic dimensions or realms. And then that way we can kind of communicate with other beings and consciousness that vibrates at a high frequency as to what we do here on Earth. So yeah, there's lots of really amazing benefits with sound. Yeah, for our health and well-being. So
It sounds
yeah.
like it. Like you think when I think of sound healing, I think, okay, maybe it's just like one to make you feel a bit more calmer, which is, I guess it is. It's kind of in the same category. To be honest, every episode before you got here, I put on a 5-10 minute meditation.
Yeah, cool.
And I don't like the guided ones. I like just the straight music.
Yeah.
And then I can do it myself, you
Yeah.
know? And in a way, I guess, like, it kind of falls under the category of sound healing in a way. But this is more like using specific instruments to not just put yourself in a better mood, but to help open you up to a whole new way of thinking, you know, especially talking about higher consciousnesses and other
Yeah.
dimensional beings and all this stuff. So I was like, fuck, okay,
Yeah.
where do we start?
Yeah.
It's so crazy. How did you first get into it?
Well, a lot of people talk about like the dark night of the soul, like where you like hit rock bottom and then you kind of have to dig your way out of that hole. For me, that came after the birth of my third daughter, Harlow. I had a few surgeries and then I became really unwell with the COVID vaccine.
Oh, so this was recently.
Yeah. So like 3 years ago. So yeah, it was a pretty scary time for me and the I don't know, the hospital systems or the medical systems that we rely on really let me down. So I had to kind of find my own way to get better and heal myself. And so yeah, so I just tried all these different holistic approaches. And yeah, the very first time I ever experienced sound was with tuning forks like these things. I'll show you.
Yeah, well, very crazy looking things, ain't
Yeah.
they?
So I went and I saw this woman. Her name's Rachel Gaynor. Rachel, unfortunately, is no longer here with us anymore. But yeah, so had some body work done with her, and that was the first experience I've had with tuning forks. And then I started to go to some like group sound bath experiences. My first one was with this woman called Gerda Temple. She's this beautiful Reiki master sound healer in Newcastle. Yeah, so that was like my first kind of experience with sound. And then
Did you hear about it before though? Like, did you have any idea? Because I'm assuming we already interested in things like meditation and classes and all that kind of stuff.
So like so before getting unwell, I was just like really into the gym and training and that was like my thing. So when I got unwell, I kind of like lost my identity a bit and like, oh, if I can't train, like what the fuck do I do now? Like so I was pretty depressed for a while and just didn't feel good about myself and was unwell. Yeah, so all this mindful stuff really helped and not being able to train for that long period of time gave me that opportunity to kind of work on like my inner self and yeah, so at the time it was fucked. I was like, what have I done to deserve this? Like, why is nobody else sick and why am I? And then like but now because of the effects of the vaccine on my health and my nervous system, I'm actually really quite sensitive to the sound, which I feel like has made me a better sound healer.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. It's funny looking back. Like, there's a mad quote that I love. It's popped into my life a lot over the last few months. It says, "Life only makes sense in reverse."
Yeah.
Which means when you're going through it, you're like, I don't understand.
It's fucked. Yeah.
But looking back, you're kind of like, okay, maybe like I can understand now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. But to find a net positive from which is like, which I know some people as well, they've been fucking pretty devastated from the vaccine as well. Don't get me wrong, I also know people that were devastated from COVID as well. It goes on both sides. However, in the term of fucking sickness and health and the whole world of diseases and what's the other word, like mobilities, it's like, fuck, you know, you don't wish for anything other than to get better. Yeah, it's the only thing you care about. Before that, you're like, Lambos, mansions, this and that. Fuck, getting sick, it hits you hard, and all you want to do is get better.
Yeah, and made me realize like all the other stuff doesn't really matter if you don't have your health.
Yeah.
Yeah, even trying to just like be a mum to 3 kids and go to work and earn an income, just like normal day-to-day stuff, going grocery shopping, things like that. Like I couldn't do that for such a long time, and that was really hard. But yeah, no, looking back on it now, like if that didn't happen to me, I wouldn't be here right now. Like I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Yeah, for sure.
So and yeah, looking back, I was fucking I was a shit person at the time, and like
I had a very reflective day this week. I did exactly the same reflection. I thought I was a piece of shit back then.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the universe was like, fucking take this. Like this will change you.
Yeah.
And it did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. Well, it's a transition from, a lifestyle of physical health into taking a bit more of a mental and emotional attitude and approach to progression in the same way. It's a very healthy alternative,
Yeah.
Most people probably wouldn't have made that transition as easy.
Yeah.
On from being addicted to things like the gym, when you lose that, most people get addicted to food, or
Yeah.
they get addicted to, it could
Drugs
be
and alcohol.
drugs and alcohol,
Yeah.
massive one. But
So I got addicted to crystal balls.
yeah, perfect guy.
Which is a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. So what was your experience like when you first experienced it with Rachel, you say her name was?
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember that first like feeling of that vibration just running through my body, and probably the most like profound experience that I had was when I decided to do my training. So I did a foundations in sound healing up at the Blue Mountains, and then my diploma, and yeah, just what I experienced during the training like was so mind blowing, and that was kind of like my first experience with like spirits.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, don't be shy, please.
I was just like, oh my God, what is this weird, fucked up shit that's happening to me?
Don't be
Like, it was a little bit scary
Yeah.
at first. And I'm like, oh, am I going fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
I love that.
And then my whole perspective of the world and what I was like conditioned to believe, like growing up, it's like I had that realization that it was all a lie. It's not even true. Like, I won't delve into that too much. And then I'm like, oh, what do I do with this information? Like, how do I live in this like human reality, knowing the things that I know now? So that was like, it took a while for me to integrate that new information into now. So
And what about the life before this? And I've just cut you off, so I want to apologize.
no, you're fine.
That I will do it a lot.
No, that's okay.
I will try my best.
Yeah.
But as soon as I hear that little ding go off in my head, I need to just attack it. Okay. So I was curious as well. The life that you lived prior to the exposure to sound healing and, being involved in fitness, even having kids and all this, just the whole life before.
Yeah.
Did you have any play with the idea of spirituality or consciousness or God or beliefs, or is that interesting at all to you or anything like that?
I'm not into like organized religion.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that God's a dude and
Yeah, the need in the sky type of stuff. Yeah.
you've got to do what the Bible says and all that kind of thing. I feel like we all have our own beliefs, and our own like religion, things like that. But I do believe in energy and the universe and that kind of thing.
But did you before, like, all this?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was a really like depressed, negative person. Like, one of the reasons why I got so addicted to the gym was because of not feeling loved in like past relationships. And then I was like, oh, I've got to look a certain way or be a certain way so that somebody will love me. So when I got divorced, I got really into the gym. And like I did feel good about myself physically, but I still felt shit about myself like on the inside. So there was just that self-love anyway. Yeah, so obviously when I couldn't train anymore, I was forced to work on that stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to get back into the gym, and I feel like I have that more of a mindset to like succeed and not compare myself to other women and other women's bodies and things like that. Because I have more of a holistic approach.
Oh, that's cool. I think everyone could take that on board realistically.
Yeah.
I love going to the gym. I love going to the gym. I love training. And it's because of the vanity aspect of what I think I need to be when I go into the gym.
Yeah.
There's obviously that approach, which I feel like every healthy, I can't speak from a male perspective, but every lad should have, where it's, I want to continuously be better as a person.
Yeah.
But there's a massive part of it that's like, I need to look good or else, you know.
Yeah. Like, there's so many, like, staunch cunts walking around the gym with, like, muscles and tattoos but they're shit cunts.
Yeah,
Like, they're not
Well,
just haven't done the inner work, and you talk to them and they're boring.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so
Well, as a lad, like, especially me, I'm only like a year properly into the gym. You see all these other big buff lads, and you think to yourself, like, yeah, that's what I need to
yeah.
get to, you know
I
what I
just
mean?
need to be jazzed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So I'm glad that you're able to get back into a bit more fitness and exercise and training at the moment. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Um, what was the experience like? I know you say it was pretty profound and mind blowing, and it opened your mind to the new perspective.
Yeah.
But what did you kind of experience? Can you remember what it kind of felt like, or what you were thinking as you were going through it?
So, when I became unwell with the COVID vaccine, I felt a massive, like, betrayal because the system that's meant to keep us safe was lying to us and making us sick. Is that I don't know how to
No,
explain it.
I think that's a
Um,
great.
and that was, like, really rocked my world. Um, and I felt a little bit of panic and unsafe. Um, yeah. So there's a lot of anxiety around that time. And then the more that I learnt and become aware of, I don't know, it kind of put a wedge between me and people in my life. Um, like my family and like friendships and obviously relationships as well.
And you reckon that was just because of that broken trust we didn't really know?
Yeah, and our different and I now have total different beliefs to like my family and other friends in regards to like the government
For sure.
and the way in which I choose to live my life and things like that. So that was really hard, but when I started to lose people out of my life, the people that had the same beliefs as me kind of came in. And yeah, I feel a lot more like free to talk about my feelings and my beliefs and um yeah, and have a lot of people that like agree and support me, which is nice. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so mad to find a room full of people that actually get you.
Yeah.
Like I go to like NA meetings, and it's like that's the first room I get where I get to open up about like drugs and alcohol, where I'm like, oh, you people get me, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's like
And you're not judging me.
yeah, like
Yeah.
and the same kind of thing as well, like on the whole topic of spirituality, like I go to church every Sunday from the perspective that is, I think we kind of share it as well, where I'm on my own journey. Like they're not telling me what to do. Sometimes if they try, I'm gonna rebel.
Yeah.
No one can tell me what to do.
Yeah.
But I love the aspect in which everyone's going there to want to be better, and I get that energy when I'm in that room.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just so refreshing when you finally get to sit and talk to people about
Yeah.
whatever it is that you want to talk about, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause it's hard to find, you
Like
know?
I don't knock organized religion. My dad's side of the family, they're super Catholic, and obviously I've been made to go to church
Yeah.
as a kid.
Yeah.
But like I feel like it's not even about that. It's about community.
Yeah.
So if if you find your community,
I think so. I think honestly, and I feel this a lot of the time when I'm in the room, I feel like it might be sometimes the only community that some of these people have, you know? Some people might not even have a friend group outside of the app
yeah,
or family to lean
just like
on.
somewhere they can just go.
Yeah, and I think that's mad, you know?
Yeah.
And then the same kind of thing gets carried out to, like, you know, football clubs and people that are a fan of, I guess, soccer teams. Like, I think that shit sucks. I hate soccer. I hate sport like that, you know?
I'm not in so much sport.
Oh, I just can't stand watching
Yeah.
sport. But when I see all the lads get together with that common goal, where it's
Mm.
like, I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I like.
So like going to church is like community,
Yeah.
I guess, and yeah, it's a people's safe place.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what about this first time you ever started to experience this multi-dimensional consciousness concept of
Yeah.
how did that whole understanding come to you?
I first started to realize that I could feel sensations. kind of like it is called clairsentience.
Clairsentience?
Where I could like feel energy.
That's a new word for me. Clairsentience.
Clairsentience.
Yeah.
So there's a few different types. So yeah, so I started experiencing the clairsentience. Well, I think that I did as a kid, like for a long time. You know, you can kind of feel when there's an energy in the room and then whether it feels good or not.
Yeah, I've definitely felt that.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, I can feel this other person's like emotions. And then I would be doing a sound healing and I would be like, oh, my foot's like feels weird and it's tingling when I'm like running a tuning fork over this person's foot. And then it turns out that they've broken their foot. Or like, I don't know. So like I can feel sensations in my body and it's like telling me, okay, something's going on in this person's body or whatever. So I'm kind of feeling what they're feeling. And then
It's almost like a self-discovery, almost.
yeah. So like I can feel an energy in the room. And sometimes if that energy is a lot or uncomfortable, it doesn't feel nice. But yeah, that doesn't scare me anymore. Like I'm able to work with that and just go fuck off. Like I don't want to talk to you right now. But then the clairsentience, the feeling of the energy, then I was able to start to see the energy. And then I was able to hear the energy. And so now I can feel and see and hear the energy.
Wow.
So it's not like I'm walking around talking to dead people, but I'm able to feel and hear and see the information that's relevant to like myself or the client, things like that.
That's crazy. I feel like most people might have a little bit of is clairvoyance in the same category of it?
Yeah, but clairvoyance is seeing.
Clairvoyance is
Clairaudience is hearing.
Yeah.
And clairsentience is feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clairsentience. Okay, I'll use that word. I like that word. So yeah, I think I can only speak for myself, but I think I know what
like
the feeling is.
Empathy, like empathic.
Yeah. I know the feeling of just knowing someone's off, you know, and they might be smiling and talking to you and being
and we know that they're not.
And it's like, bro, like I know something's up right now, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd like to stand pretty proud to say that I feel like I've always had that ability. I can sense when people are being deceitful or conning or just what I would describe to be not a good characteristic trait.
Not genuine.
Yeah, not genuine.
Yeah.
And then it's all that feeling as well when it comes to if you were to take that physical embodiment of a consciousness and then play with the idea of there being other energetical forces out there. Sometimes you know what it's like to not be the only person in a room and you're looking around like there's no one in here, but it's like
there's someone in here.
Yeah. You're just like I'm gonna look up here sometimes I'm just looking behind me like
and someone's creeping up behind you.
Yeah. So it's like I think that we might have this ability as people, but we don't play with it because it's not part of our education. It's not part of our societies. Especially in the countries we live in, I can imagine maybe in some South American or even maybe some Asian countries, they might be a bit more open to this idea.
Bali in India.
Yeah.
Magical places. Yeah.
But here, like, it's kind of shunned upon to even play the idea, you know?
Well, everyone has psychic abilities, and they're like, everything is open at birth. And then over time, we're conditioned to suppress these abilities because it's not the normal part of society.
Well, it doesn't allow people to be a part of the fellowship. You know, we are literally, and it might sound conspiratorial, but we are literally indoctrinated into a system of providing. Like we call it slaves, but like we are taught to contribute. You know, we have to go to work, get a job, the dream, get the mortgage I can't afford, 30-year plan.
Masculine energy all the time.
Yeah. And if we weren't growing up in this system of indoctrination, we probably would be able to play around a lot more with the idea of connectivity and, you know.
Yeah, we get drilled on our heads like do, but like can't we just be? Like just be like and enjoy this experience.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. We're told we need more. We have to attain. We have to do nothing is
successful. Yes, we have more.
And I have it, and I've gone through the road of like I need to have a house. I need to have a house. You fucking get there, and you think to yourself like,
I've had 2 houses, and now I'm a single mum renting and poor as fuck on some days. So, but it doesn't matter because I'm abundant in so many other things.
Yeah. And that's more wealth than a a mortgage it's gonna take 30
Yeah,
years to pay off
absolutely.
anyway.
Yeah. When you die, you can't take your house to heaven.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. The only thing I can
Yeah.
take with me, my tattoos. I'm getting more.
Yeah. Yeah, more.
Yeah, I like it. I like the idea. So with the idea of being able to, experience other consciousnesses and energies and forces out there,
Yeah.
um, how strong can that communication kind of come across? I know you're saying it's clairsentient, where you can
Mm.
feel, almost know.
Yeah.
Is it like, so how faded is it? Is it direct? Is it like
Mm.
interpretatable? Like how?
So I used to block it out through fear. Fear, you know how we watch horror movies and um people are fucking exercised because they've got demons in them and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like of the fear of like something not of the light coming in
Mm-hmm.
and something bad happening. Like I had that fear. So I just shut it down. And then when my mum passed, that fear just like dropped away because I kind of knew that she was in my corner and she wouldn't let anything come in that wasn't of the light. And she's kind of became my safety net. But I've had like a lot of mentors over the last few years that have taught me how to practice this in a safe way where that can't happen. No, nothing can come into our body if we don't allow it to. If we say no, fuck off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So once I've learned that I'm in control and I've got my mum in my corner, I've got my guides in my corner, I can call on Archangel Michael, and there's like
Oh,
so
that's
many
so cool that
things
you
that
said that.
you can bring in as protection. And I do all of that when I do group sessions. Like the first thing I do is set up that energetic protection of the space. So yeah, so now that I'm able to practice it in a safer way where I don't feel scared, um, that channel has been able to open more and more information's coming in and I'm able to just like trust. It's like I just know stuff. It's
Yeah.
like I just trust what I know.
Well, I'm glad you bring up the Archangel Michael because that's, as you were telling the whole thing, I was thinking about, have you ever seen the show Supernatural? We've just seen that show.
Yeah.
And I was,
Sam and Dee.
yeah, fuck, I love that show. By the way,
Yeah.
I think there's a new season coming out because they just put up an Instagram video about
And they like a spin off of it.
I think they're
Like,
bringing out like a
yeah.
Cass, Sam, and Castiel.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Cass, Sam, and Dean.
Mm.
So I'm super keen to what that's coming out. But anyway, off topic. But as you were saying to me, allowing forces to come in, I was actually playing on the idea in my head about Archangel Michael wanting to take vessel of Dean. I think it was Dean in part of the show.
Yeah.
And then as I'm thinking it, you said it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's all.
Something, later on we'll talk about it, but there's an angel in your reading.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, damn. Okay, well, little foreshadow. We'll get the.
I don't know if it's Archangel Michael, but it's an angel.
Okay, that's sick. Can I take? I want to take a guess before we get there.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So then these ideas, like even the Archangel Michael, that's a very biblical term.
Yeah.
Like so you do have a bit of a belief in some of what it might be as well, like as that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you even know it's Archangel Michael?
So, it's through mentors. Yeah. So I can kind of name a couple of my mentors. So I've done a lot of work with Renee Wilkinson and Murray Smith out at Senquentia Temple. They did own the Open Mind Space, but have recently sold to Jackie. So did some mentoring and spirit school with Renee. I also have a friend, her name's Anthea. So I went to see her as soon as my mum died, and she helps me a lot kind of navigate that. I also had a friend that passed who took his life. So, yeah, so through my mentors, I've been able to learn about these different archetypes or like angels and things like that, as part to set up their energetic protection. So, like, I've just learnt these techniques and about these energies, and what's going to kind of keep me safe or who I can call on when I don't feel, when I feel a bit out of control. Yeah.
And do you feel like there's a bit of a communication in a way where, how you might receive a message, as they might say?
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's two-way communication through the channel? Would you be able to ask to then receive information?
Yeah. So I can't say, all right, who's gonna win the NRL?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work that
Well,
way.
yeah, here's Queensland. We're going to win anyways.
Yeah.
Anyone could
Oh,
genius.
should win though. Fuck New South Wales sometimes, honestly. No, but it's like I will open up the channel just asking my guides to come in. I'm just going to say, like, I'm ready to work with you now. And then I just ask them to show me what I need to know now, like what's relevant. Because I was asking so many questions and they're just going, just shut the fuck up. Like, stop asking so many questions. Just chill out. Because I'm like, I just want to know everything. I think you just fucking tell me everything right now.
Hey, what type of questions will they be related to? Could it just be like, what am I?
Yeah, well, I don't even ask questions now. I just say, like, what do I need to know?
Yeah.
And then it just opens up all different things.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. I feel like the idea of prayer is very similar in that regard, you know, like to have a communication channel with your highest power, whether it be
the higher self.
Yeah. Whether it be the term like higher self, which I really love that term. I think that makes sense. Whether it be with Christ, whether it be straight with God or Allah or whatever it is that you're praying to.
Yeah.
I feel like there is definite examples in front of me, even in my own life, all the people before me, that if you ask, you'll get answers, you know, and it might come to you in a form of
like synchronicities.
Yeah. And I might be praying for an answer and then someone like you might show up in my life and tell me something, or I might be praying for a sign, the bus drives past with an actual sign of it. Like, it's pretty prevalent that if you do open the idea, you're going to get answer.
You're going to get an answer.
And it's crazy to hear people don't.
I feel like you get signs all the time and no one notices. But when you start to kind of like start looking, that's when you start to notice.
Yeah. And so it's like when you play Spotto with someone drives your car. Like you think, fuck, there's barely any yellow cars, but fuck, it only takes a 2-hour drive to realize there's
heaps of yellow cars.
You have to get hunch 50 times. You realize, okay, there's yellow cars. And then the same thing works in that way as well. And it's cool. And these classes, when you started doing them and becoming a part of them, what kind of stuff did you learn when you were in the process of getting your education, you know, when you got your diploma, as I said, diploma?
Foundations and diploma in sound. I also did training in the vibro lounge, like the vibroacoustics. I first experienced that. I went up to Brisbane, to Katie's house. Katie composes all the music and it's like a family business. They make all the lounges and equipment. And like at that time, my inflammation in my body was just so bad. I just was aching all over and like I couldn't go to the gym at that time. And then like I had a session on the sound lounge and the next day we took our daughter to SeaWorld and I walked around all day and I felt great. So I was like, oh well fuck, that's magic. So so I did the training for the sound lounge and that's been really cool.
Well, that's cool that you actually got to feel the physical effects of it through your own experience.
Yeah. So like, and when I learnt sound healing, like, it was more for me, like for my own benefits. And I feel like it's really important to experience it firsthand and like the positive and negative effects as well before you're fit to practice on another human being.
Oh, for sure.
So like anyone can just get out a crystal ball and start playing it. But they don't understand the effects that it has on the nervous system and like how it can trigger it, like a trauma response, like with someone like with PTSD, like and anxiety disorders and things like that. So a lot of people don't actually understand how important that the training is.
So in that regard, then, if you can accidentally send someone into a state of mind in which you weren't predicting to send them into, you know what I mean? Like release anxiety and fear, because it can also calm you down, kind of like the meditation music I listen to in the mornings. If I put on the right audio track on YouTube, I might be able to put myself in a chaotic, crazy state, you know?
Yeah, so like there's always polarity, right? So the instruments can calm the nervous system, but they can cause havoc as well.
Wow.
So you want to be making sure that the instruments are played correctly and the notes that are played together are harmonic, like not dissonant.
Wow.
Yeah.
It makes so much. And I want to do this a bit for this episode as well, but I try and find a scientific explanation that makes sense for people to understand.
Okay. Don't talk about science.
Yeah. Even though I'm very open to so much of life's mysteries, it doesn't matter if it's conspiratorial when it comes to like, it could be anything when it comes to 9/11, or it could be like MK Ultra or all these things. Like, I'm also very open to God and ideology and belief, and then the afterlife and what's here now and ghosts and spirits, past, present, and future, all these concepts. However, when I do hear things, I like to be able to be like,
What's the science
okay,
behind
yeah,
this?
that makes sense. I get it now, you know? And it does make sense if music can calm you down, then of course music can put you into a different state of mind. Like, I know what it's like to go to raves and festivals, and especially under the influence, and like that can make a massive toll again. And you know, R&B music does calm you down and smooth you out. And some music puts you in a bit more of a
heightened state.
Yeah, heightened state. But even some music puts you in a bit more of a romantic state. And it's obvious that sound already does enhance the human experience into different ways.
And emotions, like music, different types of music can bring on different emotions.
Yeah. And that's why today I'm actually very careful about what music I do choose to listen to, because sometimes I'm starting to think, fuck, this music's actually evil. Like, this is not good. This is bad. Like, I'm feeling shit today. I'm feeling
Some of
angry.
the music that's on the radios these days, it's constructed and produced in a way to actually bring out, like, to induce like the fear frequency in us. It's everywhere. It's like in our music, it's in the media. Yeah. So and people don't realize this.
Oh, I know that in the past they used to have these bells all over the westernized worlds, like places like England, and they'd have them in France and stuff like that as well. But they have these giant church bells that would ring the same pitch, I guess. If that's how you describe it. But they've actually put a ban on these from being rang, you know.
Okay.
And the point of these bells was to send the people into a more relaxed, communal, sharing, caring mindset. But as the world kind of took on this evolution of tyranny and dictatorship, they were like, nah, we can't put people in that state of mind. We want to put people into more of a state of mind of like wanting and earning and striving and not feeling good enough and all that.
So I want to keep us in that, like, that dense frequency of fear and guilt and shame.
The rat race.
Because they don't want us to know what's going on. They don't want us to have our own, what's the word, sovereignty, I guess. They want us to follow the system.
And to be honest, as soon as you came over this morning, and people won't be able to see what I'm looking at here, so I'm trying to paint a bit of a visual, but there's these two glass bowls.
Where am I, John? Do I put it there?
I'll be able to see that. Yeah, that's cool as well. It's got the tree of life on it. That's always
And I've got that tattooed on my heart.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. But these bowls on the floor here, they're like almost like a lamp. If a lamp was just the top part of it. That you ran your instrument around it. Do you reckon you could run it around it now and see if it will pick?
Crystal bowl.
Yeah, I want to see if it will pick it up on the audio. Yeah, yes, please.
See who picks up.
I hope that picked up, because in real life, anyone, if you can't experience what I just experienced, but that noise stayed in the room and instantly, and I wanted to ask you to do it again because it put me in a great feeling the first time you did it.
So crystal balls are like pretty powerful. So you've got to, that's where you need a practitioner that's trained, because they'll fuck you up.
Oh, really?
Like if they're not played right.
Yeah.
It's happened many times. I've gone to sound baths to just receive, because I don't receive often. I'm always kind of like facilitating, and I go in there and I see crystal balls and I think to myself, oh my God, I hope that they can play this fucking crystal balls. And then like, I'm like cringing, like, what's going to happen? Am I going to have a panic attack? Like, because they're not trained. But Yeah, no, but if played right, they take you to a whole nother.
I can imagine, because to be honest, if you had just kept making one of those movements, because how fast you were doing it, I noticed was depending on the intensity of the sound.
So less is more. You don't want to overplay the bowls. If you get like a nice, slow, steady kind of, I don't know what the word is.
This
Anyway,
flow.
yeah, you get like these really nice like drone sounds. So I like to play them. So if I have 7 bowls, I'll have maybe like just a drone constantly going with the bass chakra, and then I'll add in a few of the other bowls like and overlap the frequencies. Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, that's crazy.
Add in a couple of chimes. I left my chimes in the car.
Oh, yeah.
When I had my ever first sound bath with Gerda, the one thing that I remembered that I loved was the rain stick.
Okay.
So I do some percussion like rain sticks and stuff. That's really like grounding at the end just to bring everyone back. Yeah. So the rain stick is like my favorite thing. Yeah.
That's cool. So when people come to these classes that you are hosting, what type of things are people looking to get out of being it? So I know you went on your journey because you were suffering from the symptoms of the vaccine and physical health.
Then how that was affecting my mental
Yeah.
health. Yeah.
And is that kind of what the majority of people are coming to these classes to experience?
Like at the time, I didn't even think about the spiritual, I can't say the word spiritual, spiritual side of it. That just wasn't even in my thoughts. It was like wanting to physically get better. And then it kind of was a ripple effect. Like, then my mental health and well-being was better. And then that spiritual side then started to open up. So people that are new to sound healing, I feel like they've just got this feeling or this knowing or intuition that there's more, like there's something more than what I'm living right now.
Mhm.
Or they are going through trauma and things like that, and like talk therapy, psychologists, like medications, that's just not for them. And so they're just looking for other ways to kind of like feel better. And yeah.
Well, sometimes you do have that calling, like there is more. I was going through it recently with a friend. A friend and I were on our way to Queensland together, and I think we actually became friends. We met. I won't go into too much detail, but we became friends and we went on this trip up to Queensland, and we were like talking about the fact that we know there's more out there. We can feel it. There's something that's missing right now,
Yeah.
but you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So we knew we got to try and experience and try new things and do all this. But now we're actually in the process of starting a business together,
Yeah.
and we realized like, fuck, this was that intuitive calling that we could feel in the, you know what I mean? Like we knew that this was coming, but we didn't know what it was.
Do you know why you know?
I don't know why I know.
Because you've already lived the experience.
Okay, that makes sense.
In another multi-dimension.
Okay, I'll get into that.
Or like timeline.
Okay,
And
into that.
that's like quantum physics.
I love that. Could you do me a favor? Can you just pull this in a little bit closer? You can still sit back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sit back.
Alright, is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
okay.
That's fine. I love that idea that I've been here and done this before. I do play with that idea that might explain a lot of things like deja vu
Yeah.
and sometimes I do get this really weird attack of deja vu. Deja vu used to be a very simple thing for me where it's like, oh, I feel like I've been here before. But it's sort of over time now started to transition into like more like, fuck, I've lived this week before. And then
Or I've met that person. I know you.
Yeah.
But you don't
100%.
know. I don't know you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I meet people and I'm like, fuck, I've been you. Like,
I've been you.
It's crazy. Yeah, my deja vu now, I haven't experienced it in a long time, but I'm glad I don't because it actually gives me a lot of anxiety because, like, sometimes I'm like, fuck, I've done this month before. I'm stuck in a loop. I can't get out of this month. Yeah. Like, who knows? Yeah. So the idea that I've been here before and that intuitive nature to get back onto the same path I've been on makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of religions are trying to explain it. Like, I think it's even Hinduism and things like that, or Sikh, like they talk about reincarnation and all that, which I like the idea. I like the idea that we could be reincarnated. Do you play with the idea we could?
Yeah, for sure. Like I've had multiple past lives. I've done past life regressions. I've done a few. I think I've done 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a woman called Shay Fairley. She's in Newcastle. Near me, she's got me onto the Gene Keys. I was doing some Gene Keys like groups with her for a while, and astrology and things like that. Yeah, so yeah, I believe in reincarnation for
Yeah.
sure.
Can you tell me about some of the beliefs that you have in the past lives that you've experienced? Like, do you have any?
Yeah. Well, the first time I ever went to see Shay, so she calls it a crystal dreaming session. And I was like, oh, this sounds nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking wasn't. It was like a fucking exorcism. Like, it was fucked. Like, my whole body was shaking. I was like howling and crying. And I had like this entity that had attached itself to my body that I had to release. It was not a good time.
That does not sound
No.
pleasant.
And then I left and got into my car. And I was just like, how the fuck do I integrate this into like human reality? And then, so that was like my first experience of like, fuck, like what the fuck's just happened to me?
Wow.
And then, so since then, I've been back to see her several times, and there's still periods where I'm scared,
Mm-hmm.
and but I'm trusting that she's got me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's gonna be okay. Yeah, and I've like experienced things where my daughter Harlow was like my sister, my younger sister in a
Wow.
past life. And yeah, like
That's that.
masculine beings
Great.
that have harmed me in past lives. It's like sometimes when people pass away, they don't realize that they have. So I could have had like a husband in a past life that's passed away, but he thinks he's alive and we're still married in this dimension. And like you carry that energy across, which sounds really weird and fucked up. But then like people will be like, oh, I just have bad luck all the time. Or like just this stuff is happening all the time, or I feel depressed all the time, or I'm like sick all the time, that kind of thing, as potentially like an energy that you've brought across from another lifetime that's like harming you in some way, or like, yeah, I don't know. So it's just like all this crazy shit can happen.
Yeah.
Like I totally believe in soul families. Like my kids have been sisters and things in past lives. So yeah, like I have a huge fear of drowning. And I was driving my car to work like a few months ago, and the rain was just like pounding the windscreen. And I just like went into a full panic. And so I went into this past life regression with Shay, and I had like a vision of me and my daughter Harlem, which was my sister at the time, in like a car that was just sinking to the bottom of this lake, and the water was just like pouring into the car. And I lost her. And yeah, so I don't know if that was like why I
Yeah.
had that panic attack when the rain was hitting my windscreen.
Wow.
Like, so just, yeah, a lot of like different things can happen in past lives.
Yeah.
I actually know about one of yours.
Okay. I remember we discussed this before we started the episode
Yeah.
of you said you had a bit of a connection to a past life of mine.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I feel like I've got a couple of myself as well, really. So I wanted to, I don't know, how should we do it? Should I maybe tell you a couple of
Yeah,
them
you
on
can talk
first?
to me about yours.
Yeah.
And then I can tell you what's come across.
Okay. Okay, because I have a couple really prominent ones that I feel. One is a foundation in some kind of Viking era. Like, and I don't necessarily think I was Ragnar. I wasn't the king.
Yeah.
I wasn't the leader. I was by no stretch of the imagination him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do feel at least comfort in the period of time in which that is, you know? So I don't know whether I was just a farmer, whether I was a soldier, whether I
Do you
was
ever see yourself as a boy
a boy.
in Viking times?
I think the
Not
furthest I can
sure.
probably sense or feel would probably be like an early adult.
Okay.
You know, I don't feel any
Anything
relation to something older. I don't even know necessarily if I would have survived past a certain age of maturity, which maybe there was some kind of war or battle or thing like that, or maybe just sickness.
Have you ever like felt all seen or had a knowing of like what the environment was like, of like the surroundings?
I feel like it was definitely a period of time where it was a bit more fruitful, so there was a lot more cropping and growing in farmland and plantation, which is not something that's always been a period for the Vikings, especially where it's why they ended up going and traveling and going overseas and things like this.
Yeah.
Um, so it was probably, to be honest, if I'm trying to play too much of an exact scientific
No.
reality to it now, but I don't know. That's just pretty much as close as I get. Like, I just feel like I once was part of a conquering community, traveling across the seas, going from one nation to another. And I feel that urge today. I feel like I want to go out and set seas and explore and
The world.
conquer the world, you know?
Yeah.
I do feel that relation to that. But I have one more that I know is a crazy one.
No, go out
Also,
like crazy.
I know I have once been an Asian lady in a rice field picking rice.
All right. Well, that hasn't come up,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay.
that's can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I've been a lady walking around with a basket of fruit on my head, holding my kids and having dark skin.
Yeah.
But I kind of can just see out of my own eyes type thing. So yeah, so that could totally happen.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm this Asian lady and I'm not asking for it. And to be honest, sometimes I think to myself, like, maybe that's not even the past, maybe that's a future. Maybe that could be anything, but yeah, I just know for a fact I've been this Asian lady before. We've got that perfect squat, perfect pick, perfect hat.
That's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
So what did you feel like when you picked up on my past lives?
Well, the reason I asked about the Viking stuff, but like as a teenage boy, so when I was like, I called in your guides and I meditated on your energy. And the first thing that happened was the clairsentience kicked in. So I just got really cold. So like ice cold, like my back, my face. And then I was standing on the ice and I could see my breath. Like it was obviously a cold place.
Wow.
And you'd fallen through the ice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Sounds cold.
It was cold. And then I just remember seeing you not get out.
Oh, I died.
Yeah, you died. So sorry. But no, so I could just see your body kind of like sinking to the bottom and drifting away. But as your body was drifting away, there's the angel.
Oh,
So an angel just came up into the sky and I could just see its wings spread out. And it was the kind of like the sun was behind the angel and it was kind of like glowing out from behind it. And then I could see like all these mountains and trees behind the angel. And then I could see you kind of like walking through the mountains and the trees with a bear.
Oh, that is fucking crazy.
And you were like, had your hand touching the bear.
That is
So
crazy.
you weren't scared. It was like that you had a connection to the bear. And it was guiding you somewhere.
Wow.
So I'm like, was trying to make sense of the whole scenario. So I'm feeling as though it was showing me you dying. And then I feel like you walking through the mountains with a bear was the middle part, like where it was like helping you to cross over. I don't know. So like I just see things, but I don't really know what it means. So I did a little bit of research into what the spirit animal, like the bear, actually means, and so I can give that to you later. So that was the first bit.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Okay, you say what you were gonna say.
what I was gonna say was I'm gonna show you my tattoo that I have on my back.
Oh,
So
get fucked.
I'm not trying to show it so that you can see it on camera.
Yeah, okay.
It's a Viking with a bear.
Oh, get fucked.
A Viking with a bear.
Well, there you go. Maybe you're a Viking with a bear.
It's fucking crazy.
There you go.
That's so cool.
So so that's what I was shown.
Yeah, that's so cool. All right, I like that already. Okay, please tell me more. Tell me more.
And then he was driving here today, and I just like was shown a tree, but like this really big, beautiful, like grandpa tree. I don't know, like an old tree. And the tree was just like pulsating with energy and vibration. And it just kept showing me this fucking tree. And I was like, and then, yeah, I'm like, well, why do I need to show him this tree? Like, and then so I'm kind of like seeing that maybe there's some like codes or some light codes under the tree. I don't know. I'm trying to work it out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my fucking God, it's his starseed origin. And then like, so I'm like researching all the starseed origins. And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, he's this. Like, so it was like showing me your starseed origin.
Okay,
Should we
please.
go talk about
I
it?
don't know what it
Because I haven't written it all down.
Yes,
You,
please. I don't even know what it is, Starseed Origin.
yeah, so it's home.
Yeah.
That's where your soul originated. Um, so my star seed origin, I'm a Vega star seed. And so I didn't know anything much about star seed origins until like kind of working with energy and things like that and learning more about it. And then I started having like visions in my meditations of like this like blue woman or like this alien like looking woman. And then I did spirit school with Renee Wilkinson out at St. Quencher. And we did a guided meditation. And I was like in this ice cave and it was like had hieroglyphics or whatever all lighting up in the cave. And then there was like this blue girl like swam up behind the ice. There was like this ice wall. And she like put her hand on the ice and I put my hand on hers. And I just started like bawling. And then I like looked into it when I found out I was a Vega star seed and they're blue with silver hair.
Wow.
And I was just like, what the fuck? And anyway, so just like all this stuff has started to come up. But like when we do come into this life, we're here for a reason, we're here for a mission. And like sometimes our soul family, we have people that stay behind that are guiding us from home. I guess that's who we look
Wow.
at, that are guiding us on our mission here. So, and that like, as I talked about consciousness, we're able to telepathically, I guess, like receive messages and communicate with our family, like at home.
Wow.
Yeah. So we don't come here randomly. We come here with like there's already a map or a blueprint of our whole life experience before we even come here. So like knowing that now, I just like trust a lot more. Like it's just gonna unfold the way it's meant to.
Yeah.
And then try and like as much as I can open up that channel to receive the messages or transmissions that I need to from like my guides and my soul family, my starseed family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
It's also like
yeah.
it's also to help make sure you're on the right path in a way as well. Because
Yeah.
even though it is, and I like to call it an improvised script, and I've never been open to the idea of soul stars, that we call it,
Starseed.
star seeds, and these the whole world you just explained. I wouldn't even know how to try and describe that, but
Yeah.
like I find a lot of comfort in the relation to like God has a plan for you and your purpose, and you have what's going to happen will happen, and I like to say it's an improvised script because what's going to happen is going to happen, but we kind of have the ability to maneuver and manipulate it as we
Detour
Yeah,
a lot. Yeah. But then it's like, say you like really into this, I'm really into this guy and he just fully rejects me. It fucking sucks, but it's just like I'm being just redirected back to my right path. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hear you. I definitely hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you pick up on my star seed? If that was the tree you were saying,
Yeah. Lemurian, I think that's how you say it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's like I'm still learning about star seeds. I don't know too much about it all. But I do know that they have a history with this like tree of life, and the life force energy. And yeah, so yeah.
yeah, okay. Makes me think of so much of this is making me think of the movie Avatar. Eh? Like it's crazy.
Yeah,
You're so
well,
weird room in the tree of
the Lemurians, it's like similar to Atlantis. They have a really like deep spiritual connection to animals, and can telepathically communicate with animals. And surrounded, love the water, anything water, that kind of thing. So yeah, just like animals in the water. I don't know if that would resonate, but yeah, there's something about this tree, whether it is in relation to your starseed origin or not, or there might be a tree somewhere that you need to visit, where you can pick up some light codes, things like that. So yeah,
And you were looking at trees
I'm
so
trying to,
different
like,
from you, eh?
yeah, like stuff just comes up and I'm like, oh, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like it makes sense after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool to not even know exactly what it means either, you know,
Yeah.
to be able to have that room for play, which is my favorite thing in the world, play, you know, this
Yeah.
conversation's play, editing's play, creating and discovering in the sound and all of it's play.
Yeah.
And to be able to have messages, and to be honest, I get them all the time. If I'm at church on a Sunday, I'll pray as much as I can for a sign or a calling or a path or a mission. And sometimes they don't come, and people get confused, I think, a lot of the time where, and what an encounter might be from your God or your higher self or another energy or whatever it is. But it doesn't necessarily mean like there's a voice in your head telling you this is what you need to do. Sometimes it's just an image. Sometimes it's just being deep in meditation, having an idea. Like it's like these are all interpretations of messages, you know. And then it's my opportunity and my obligation to decide what that means, you know. Like I had something the other day where someone in my life needed something, so I had to find out what that thing was. And yeah, it's cool. I think the whole thing's cool. So now I'm gonna be looking at trees so differently from now on, thinking, okay, what does it mean? What?
Where's the tree?
I hear the tree.
It might be a special tree at a special location.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are portals, I guess, or locations around the world that are more energetic, or have sacred spaces. So I'll look that up for you. There's probably a tree somewhere.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's a temple in Egypt. There's some codes somewhere in Egypt for me.
Wow.
Obviously I can't just get on a plane to Egypt right now, but even I might be able to just energetically go there somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Egypt is sick. It's a sick place. I
It's a sick
I hope my
place.
trees in Egypt. So like,
yeah, maybe. So I don't know. Like at first I was like, oh, is this just my imagination? I'm going a bit crazy. What's happening? And then, so I started to just like draw everything in a diary, like in a journal, or like write words. And often I just see like vortexes of energy, like these little mini tornadoes of energy, like all the time. And like codes, like, I don't know, just like images. So I just write them in my book. And I went to see a friend of mine to make sense of some of it. And I'd drawn my whole human design blueprint when I went to see her. I was like, oh, that's your human design blueprint. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's really interesting. So that's why I got more into the gene keys.
what is the gene key? 'Cause for everyone who doesn't know, where you've actually
So it's
It's
kind of another spin on human design. But the guy just like meditated forever. I don't know. I don't really know too much of his story.
Yeah.
And he actually downloaded this whole gene keys modality. When I went to see Anthea to connect with Mum, she did mention that I would be creating my own type of healing modality. I'm still kind of in the process of figuring all of that out. And that's why I thought maybe downloading these codes was going to be part of that modality. Because there's a lot of practitioners that work with light codes and energy and stuff.
And codes, like, what do you mean by codes? Is it almost
Like
like
light codes. Well, I like to sometimes work. We have kind of like a geometric energetic grid in our energy field. And so when you're able to activate that, it's thought that if we activate this energetic grid and these light codes that lie within, and able to access those parts of our DNA that have been suppressed over time, we're able to then activate more of our psychic abilities. So, yeah. So when I work with light codes, it's because I want to amplify my psychic abilities or like open up my channel more to spirit and the transmissions or whatever, that's the downloads that are coming in.
It's cool because it's like self-development and self-progression is definitely two main focuses in my life. You know, I'm always trying to find the next best thing to evolve into and become better at.
Yeah.
And you're describing a whole new way of looking at the word like I never understood, like trying to figure out how to open up your mind to more than just this physical presence, you know, more of a spiritual connection.
Yeah.
Things that have been suppressed maybe by ourselves or by the system or
Yeah.
by time with ancestry
Yeah.
and things like that. And that's why it's unlocking parts of your DNA that's been suppressed because
Yeah.
maybe people do have this
We
idea
have
of
access to like a third of our DNA.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's it's such a new way to look at the term of self development, you know, like it's really cool. And then you did say the word transmission before.
Mm.
I want to say this because you did say like I wonder if it's just my imagination. You
Yeah.
know, what if I'm going crazy, you said.
Yeah.
But I like to think about what is imagination all the time, and I think they've proven that energy can't be created or destroyed. You know, it can only be transformed. It doesn't matter if you go down to a quantum level of science and physics, like what is there is already there. It is just morphing and growing.
Changing.
You know, yeah, and that makes sense. Of course, if we're going to play with the idea of how can we create new people then? How can we create new energy and ideas and consciousness if energy can't be created or destroyed?
But it can be changed.
It can be changed. It can come from other planets. It can come from past lives. It can come from animals. It can come from these things. And I think in imagination, all it is a open transmission. I think that all we're able to do with every idea that I have, I barely get any credit for it because I just feel like I've just opened up to the idea coming to me.
Yeah.
You know, that they've had cases in the past where someone's had an idea for a song, so they've written down a bunch of lyrics and they've been like, "Yeah, I'll get to this," but they never got to it, and then they hear it playing on the radio because the idea had to come to life through someone, so it didn't want to go through them. All right, we'll try someone else, and I'll go through someone else. And the same thing's happened with paintings. People have had an idea to paint this painting. I'll get to it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I see it on the other side of the world, you know?
Yeah.
And I love that concept because it means that we're not even necessarily responsible with pride and ego and yeah, look at what I can accomplish. It's more like, am I lucky enough to have this thing flow through me?
Yeah.
And it makes you take more advantage and accountability. And if I don't do it, fuck, someone else is going to. Like,
Yeah.
I always tell myself, fuck, if I don't go to the gym today, someone else will pick up that way, you know?
Someone else is gonna do that.
Can't have that. That's mine.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like people might be able to use the term imagination or making it up in your own head, but I think that to me it makes so much more sense that we are not making it up. We are just fortunate enough that we are receiving these beliefs and ideas, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I like how you talked about how that energy or idea flow, if it flows to you and you don't do it, it will then just go to somebody else. And that's just shows like the connectiveness and the oneness of the collective. I'm trying to think of the best way to and how we are all connected. But and then you were talking about like your imagination and your thoughts and things like that. Yeah, I feel like we have the power to change, obviously manipulate energy and change our reality just by changing our thoughts.
Of course. I couldn't agree with that anymore. I couldn't agree with that anymore.
And so like so many people manifest just shitty things into their lives because they're constantly thinking those negative thoughts. So like it sounds like a really simple concept, just change your thoughts and you change your life, but it's true.
Yeah.
Add a bit of sound healing to it and voila, like magic.
God. Add a bit of sound to it too, and you'll be able to change everyone's life.
You'll start fucking levitating.
Yeah. Well, just that idea on the collective sharing that we all have when it comes to ideas flowing through each other, like universe comes from the word uni, which means one. You know, uni is, I think it might be I can't remember. I looked it up before. I can't remember if it's the Latin word for one or the Greek word for one or whatever it might be. But like even today we have like uno, which means one, and like the uni means one. So universe is the all one consciousness. It's the one. And I love the word uni, to be honest, because we use it for so many things, like university, like teaching everyone to believe in the one thing. Like it's there's so many ways universe. unity, unites. It's to get everyone together back to their origin. And not, we are these separate entities living, but more than that, we are a part of something bigger, we're all sharing this experience.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So one thing I was curious about as well, when you're doing your classes and people coming to you for guidance, if people are seeking more of a psychic connection, like do people ever ask to have contact with people? Do people ever say, "Hey, there's this person I know that passed away. Do you have any touch with them?" Like, does that all look like that,
Really?
or is it?
Not really, but then they'll come into a session, a sound healing session. Probably never done one before.
Mhm.
Don't know much about it or what's going to happen. Often I start with a card reading just to kind of break the ice.
Yeah.
And explain a little bit about the equipment and how the session would work. But then it's once they're on the bed and the sound starts, they will either feel something or something will happen for them, or I will feel something or see something. And then I will just start sharing what I'm seeing, hearing, feeling, whatever. And then often there is a loved one that they haven't mentioned at the start, but then they come to play.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah, often no one's really come to me and said, "So and so has passed, I wanna connect with them." And I don't really put it out there that that's my ability. I don't feel like I don't have that ability to, like, call in a loved one and they will come. I'm not like a medium. I'm more of an intuitive psychic where I see and hear and feel things that are relevant in the moment for the client or for myself. So, but often other energies will appear. And then I just relay the messages or what I've seen and heard, and then we talk about it. Yeah.
I'd love to know. Maybe I'd watch you know what I watch on YouTube? Full series about
Yeah.
people going through an experience like this sound healing experience and then discussing what they experience. But
Yeah.
I would watch that on repeat.
Would you?
Yeah. Fuck, I'd love to hear people's experience because when I did the 9D breathwork class with Alex,
Yeah.
what I experienced was nothing like what anyone else experienced in the room. Like, I won't go into detail what other people shared because there is videos and some people do want to be a part of the videos. Some people you can see, you might be able to recognize these people, but the majority of the people in the room experienced what was more like an uncovering or an unwrapping of a suppressed trauma that they went through.
Yeah.
And trauma is trauma. The worst day of your life is the worst day of your life. So some might be way more extreme and some might be way more light. It might be like an abuse that someone might have went through, or it might be as what might be described as mundane, where it's like a comment made by a coworker, right?
Yeah.
However, everyone seems to be going through a bit of a fucking a shit time now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not me. I had a blast.
Yeah. You had a nice
I
time.
had a fucking blast. I felt so powerful and connected, and I felt so much more connection with my parents. And I was actually discussing with my dad this morning, like, I realized what it was like to be him. I realized what it was like to be my dad and have me as a son. And I felt a crazy connection at one point where I was in the room where my mum and dad gave birth to me, and like I got to watch it from a fly on the wall.
Yeah, wow.
And then my mum also told me a story that when she was giving birth to me, she was hitting this pen, that fucking green thing.
Oh, was she? Yeah. Oh, I just had the gas.
Yeah, maybe it was the gas.
Maybe it was the gas.
Whatever it was she was hitting. But then she had an out of body experience and she became a fly on the wall watching that thing happen.
Wow. So maybe I was like, bro, mom was saying.
I was like, that was me. I was that,
Yeah.
like it was crazy. And all this stuff just happened by putting myself in that openness. And I wonder if people do come to do a sound healing or a 9D or whatever it might be. If they're not open to it, would they really experience the true benefits of it,
Yeah. Well, I feel like when it comes to private sessions, I always encourage a couple because the first time that they come, they might not have met me before and I don't know them. And so we need to build that trusting relationship for them to be able to relax and open up. Um, yeah, so some people come in really closed-minded and really closed off or they've got a voucher from someone and they're like, "Oh my God, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Where then there's other people that are already really like open in like a spiritual way, or they've done heaps of sound healing, like they know all about it and they're like, ah, yes, I just want to see everything, let's just experience everything. And they're like so more open, or they already have their own psychic abilities and feel things and see things and whatever. So, yeah, so it's just like totally different all the time.
Mhm.
But yeah, the main aspect for me that's so important is like that building the trust with my client
Mhm.
and then feeling safe to like open up and then let whatever is meant to happen happen. So yeah, I always feel like a couple of sessions was good. Just so yeah, they're
Yeah.
feeling safe and open and yeah.
Oh, this might be a bit of a weird question as well, but I'm curious. As the guider and the people coaching people through these sessions, do you have, I want to use the word agenda, but I don't want you to take that in the wrong way because I mean like you're trying to push a feeling onto someone, but do you have a hope for the sessions? Like, is it like more of a hope
Mm.
where, or an idea or a belief that you might be helping someone deal with something that they've suppressed, or show them a calling, or what is, it's hard to even articulate my question, but it's like, what are you hoping to get out of the sessions? You know, does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't hope to get anything out of
Okay.
the sessions, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it in that way. And I don't ever put ideas in people's heads or ask many questions. I feel like what is like really good about sound healing, which is why like a lot more men are starting to explore it, is that you don't actually have to talk about anything that you've been through. Like I don't need to know anything about you because the instruments will just do what they need to do.
Okay.
So I would do an assessment of your energy with a Tibetan bowl or a tuning fork. And just from the change of pitch or tone in the bowls, or I might get a magnetic pull from the tuning forks, um, I'm able to kind of feel or hear or see where the energetic imbalances are. And just, I can take that energy out and bring new energy in and rebalance everything. Um, and you can have this profound experience and we don't even have to talk the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all through energy and feeling.
Yeah. And I guess that does kind of answer the question in a way because you're just trying to provide the tools and the space
Mm.
and the sounds
Yeah.
to the best that you can do, and then
Yeah.
let them do whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm curious as well, is when you say you can feel a imbalance, is it like
Mm.
sometimes a spike in which like a certain pitch activates? Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
So if I'm using a Tibetan bowl, I listen and the tone of the bowl will change.
Wow.
If I'm using a tuning fork, I will feel, and it's kind of like a magnetic pull. Like I'll be like working your aura, and then it won't let me keep going.
Oh
Like it
wow.
keeps me stuck in that space until I've worked through that energy.
Wow.
Another thing that I wanted to touch on
Yeah.
is um that some spiritual people are fucked.
Yeah.
Yes, as in they lie and manipulate. And there's life coaches out there, there's healers out there that will make you believe you have to keep coming back.
Mm,
So I don't do that.
yeah.
I don't think that that's right. I like to empower my clients and teach my clients to use sound for themselves at home. So I give them tools to use themselves at home so they don't have to come back. They might want to come back because they want to, because it was a relaxing experience or an experience that they want to have again. Or, yeah, but I don't ever put into somebody's mind, you have to keep coming back, you have to keep paying for sessions. Everyone has the ability to heal themselves, everyone has the ability to calm their own nervous system and to do all these things at home if they're taught how. So, yeah, I just believe I like to educate.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's a powerful thing. That's an important thing to say as well. Because I feel like a lot of people do that, even when it comes to, and we touched on the word mediums before. You know, people that are able to do that. I feel like there is a giant world out there of dr- uh, convincing people the fact that they are almost done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've had psychology sessions in the past. I had an active psychologist that I was speaking to for, it might have been a few months. You know, it's first I've had it a few times in my life. if I go through something pretty serious, I'm like, okay, I need to talk about this with someone. And I haven't ever got that vibe, but I've been very cautious about the fact that, like, next session, we might touch on this. And that would, no. It's like, I want to leave every session feeling like, okay, I accomplished something. And if this is as far as I needed to come, I'm happy with that, And I can imagine a lot of these coaches and guides, especially when it comes to the online world now, you have like gurus popping up left, right, and center who are there to teach you everything you need to know, and then constantly leaving you with a cliffhanger every single week, every single
Yeah, it's how they keep you hooked.
Yeah.
How they keep you paying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just in the spiritual world, that's in every world.
In every world.
Yeah.
It's business. Yeah.
It's TV, that's not Netflix at its finest.
Yeah.
How many times have we been stuck at night? Like, oh, one more episode. Fuck, I have to know.
It's everything. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That was an important thing to touch on for sure. Do you feel like in a way, like, could people be able to use these ideas as bad energy? As could people be able to use sound and these psychic readings as evil tendencies? Is it possible?
I don't ever say bad energy. I don't ever say evil energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like believing there is polarity. There is like light and dark. But like we can manipulate energy, so we can transform dark into light. And so that's what I would practice if, say, a dark energy was to present itself. I would then transform that dark energy into light, or send it away to out to wherever to be transformed into light. So yeah.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
And that's the same when it comes to using the instruments in a way that's harming. Like people don't realize that they're doing it, but they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't. Yes.
And it makes sense, I guess, if it's maybe it's your perspective that could also do that as well. If you're looking at something from a dark lens and you choose to look at the polar opposite, in which it probably already is, which it can be a bit of a good perspective. Maybe that's all it takes. I had a girl come on in the past not too long ago, and it was Abby, and she went through an ayahuasca experience.
Yeah.
And she told me about one of her ceremonies. I think it was the 4th ceremony, where it was just evil. Like, it was the worst, most chaotic, disastrous feeling she could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
She didn't understand why ayahuasca was showing her this.
Yeah.
And she finally decided after a 5th ceremony, I'll try it one more time. And it was back exactly where it was.
Yeah.
And then she just had that realization, like, hang on a minute, I'm in control of this. And then she just completely flipped it all into the polar opposite.
Yeah.
And I was like,
We're in complete control.
Yeah.
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 But we're just being conditioned to fear like everything.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And feel that we're not in control in a sense. Yeah.
Would you believe in the idea of manifestation in a way that we can create the future in which we want it to be? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you heard of a woman, her name is Regan Hillier?
I only know one Regan. He's a guy.
Oh, okay. I follow a little bit of like Regan's practices in terms of like quantum healing and like how I said, oh, you that there's more for you because you've experienced that already in another lifetime or another timeline. So she believes that we can bend time, we can slow it down or fasten it up. We can pull into our current lives or our current timeline, a future timeline where we were that person that we want to be, so that we can achieve that quicker.
Wow.
Yeah, and things like that. So yeah, I believe in manifestation and time bending.
Yeah.
And all the things. Yeah.
That's a new one for me. And I might start playing with that concept as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think about it all the time, and I think it excites me for the future. People call it delusion. I'm happy to play with that word of delusion. Like, I'm happy. I don't think it's a bad word.
Yeah.
I think delusion to me is like,
my dad calls me floaty. That's like the word. Stop being so floaty all the time. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I like
In the
delusional
clouds.
because delusional is almost like utter belief. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unshakable. It doesn't matter what the possible mathematical equation in front of you might be, where it's like, that's so unlikely.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I love the word delusion. But I would say, if I was thinking about my life now, I think about what I thought of when I was 17, which is almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm turning 27. And I think to myself, like, I'm exactly who I wanted to be when I was 17. Like, and it's like, now being that guy, I don't feel like, oh, I've achieved everything I've ever wanted, because I'm imagining what I want to be at 37. But it's like, I manifested this point, which is what's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I bet most people probably have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it just like gives me so much optimism for the future, where it's like, man, I can create the reality I want to fall into. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's just how you look at it. It's just, as I was discussing earlier, what perspective do you want to manifest? Are you being optimistic, or are you being pessimistic? Do you believe it's going to happen, or do you believe it won't? And I feel like if you believe things won't happen, it never ever will.
I feel like we have a lot of opportunities that fall in front of our feet, and it's just about like following the breadcrumbs and trusting and saying yes to more. So yeah, I look back and I was like, oh, if I didn't do this and I didn't do that, and then I didn't take that risk, I wouldn't be here today. There's like so many things I was like, oh, surely I can't do that. And then I'd be like, oh, no, fuck it, I'm doing it. Like, I don't care what anyone says or thinks. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm so happy that I did that. And I made that choice, and I followed the breadcrumbs to lead me to where I am today. So yeah.
I just have this utter belief, and I've said this on the podcast a lot, but I haven't said it in a very long time, but life will give you whatever you want. It won't give you what you want when you want it. And most of the time when you get it, you realize, like, fuck, I never even realized this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know? And
I believe that sometimes the universe doesn't really give us what we want. It gives us what we need. As well.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I hear that all the time. I hear that in church a lot as well. But I also think that it gives you what you needed to get what you actually want.
Yeah.
You know? Which is so cool.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. It gives us almost an expectance. And I don't think it's wrong. I think it's good to be able to expect the fact that you're going to get what you want.
Yeah.
As long as you're willing to continue to drive forward in the road to get there, then fucking expect it.
And you have to believe that you deserve what you want.
Yeah. And I think you probably have to have a good amount of self-belief in the first place to believe you deserve it.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I'm not really good at the business aspect of my sound healing. And asking people for money.
Yeah.
And so I have done a lot of free sessions. And then there's this herbalist lady that I see. I've seen her for a million years. And then we were talking about all the sound healing and stuff, and that I feel shit for taking people's money, or I don't charge much for my sessions and things. And then she said, you could go into a store and you could pick up this like crystal vase, and on the bottom it will say $5. And you think to yourself, oh, that's a fucking cheap piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then you could pick up the exact same vase and it could say $5,000. And you're like, wow, like this vase must be amazing. And then she's like, that's what it's like for you. Like if your service is high ticket, fucking charge high ticket prices. And then so that kind of changed my mindset. But I still don't like taking people's money. And so like Alex is like saying to me, you know, it is an energy exchange. You know, it's your time, it's your service. You have a family to provide for, things like that. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. So it's just, but I feel like it's not just money. I really struggle to receive anything, because I'm just only been known to be a giver.
Yeah.
To my children and to whoever, I'm like the giver, and I can rarely receive. So that's like a block for me, I think, and a massive becoming a money block, like not being able to receive. So that's something I need to change. Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I know what that feels like. I can resonate with that as well. I used to struggle with the concept of I can only make $1 if someone else loses it.
Yeah.
You know? And I didn't like the way that the system was for a while. And I'm not saying I didn't like capitalism. I think it's a great system. And I would not wish for anything else, or like socialism or communism, but I'm saying in a sense where if I want to make all the money in the world, I've got to take it all from someone.
Yeah, okay.
It made me feel guilty, you know? Until I did start to understand the concept of what money actually is. Like you said, it's an energy.
Yeah.
They call it currency because it's a flowing energy. It flows. It's like
Yeah.
water. You can harness it. You can tap into more. Anything that sits still becomes dead. So you have to be able to use your money to make more because it has to be able to
You
flow.
have to spend to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's its own life form in a way, you know? And being a giver, like I am, I love to be generous, love to share. I don't want money because I want money. I genuinely don't give a fuck about money. I want money to be able to experience and buy and give and share. I only want 100,000 so I can spend 100,000, you know? Some people want 100,000 so they can have 100,000, you know?
Who wants to just have money just sitting in a bank doing neither? You'd be like, you could be like traveling or staying something really cool.
I know people stuck in a system of like, I want money so I can buy a house. Why do you want a house? So I can rent it out and get more money. But why do you want that money? So I can buy another house to then get more money. And it's like, they actually haven't got it.
But then what are you actually doing with that money?
Yeah, I know people that don't have a past look of that.
Yeah.
But when I realized the more money I'm able to help flow, it became a lot easier for me. I'm not having the money because I want it. I'm having the money because I want to share it. You know? And you might be taking it off someone who has dead money, sitting still. You know, that money might have gone to the wrong thing. But now coming into their life, now he's changing that money. You're able to reinvest that into whatever it might be, your kid's future, your equipment, your sound, makes your experiences better. Or you might just go straight, give it to someone else. Yeah. You want to help money travel. You want to help it flow around the world. You want to travel. You want to exchange it into different currencies, and you want to be a part of that because that's how you draw more towards you. You become the transmittable vessel for the energy of money to want to go through you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of like the more value you can provide, the more likely you are to attain more. The big question that I think a lot of people ask themselves is, I'm sorry, that is very distracting out there.
No, that's
I've got
okay.
some
Will it pick
renovations.
up on
He won't
here?
pick it up.
Okay.
We just have to ignore it. I've got renovations going on. But if you want, the question people ask themselves is, how can I make more money? But the real question is like, how much value can I provide? You know, what problems are there to be solved? How much can I entertain? How much can I help? And the people who actually make the most money are always the people who have solved the biggest problems. They provide the most entertainment. And they've helped out as much as they can. And that shift has definitely helped me in a big way as well. And I don't feel as guilty anymore. Sometimes it still enters my head if I'm doing a private cash job for someone, or I'm fixing someone's equipment that's broken, like, fuck, can I afford this? Fuck it. But they have to afford it, you know, otherwise it can't get
they
fixed.
can't get fixed.
Yeah.
I always like to come back to like the feeling. Like, what's the feeling that you're chasing by having this money? Is it like a sense of security, or is there something like lacking in your life where the money fills that gap? I don't know. So with everything, I was going, okay, so like, how do you feel? Or like, why do you want to feel that way? Like, what feeling are you chasing? Like, that's even me, like, trying to give up coffee. I'm like, I do like these day retreats up at the Hunter Valley, and I was talking to the guy going like, I can't give up coffee. Like, and he's like, no, you like, what feeling do you get from the coffee? And I was like, oh yeah. So like, I don't know, like it just made me understand. And I feel like that's the same when it comes to like any addiction and things like that. You're not chasing the drugs, you're chasing the feeling, like how it's making you feel. And that's the same with money, I guess, and material things. Like, yeah, like I want to go get my lashes done, my nails done, and a tan and all that because of the way it makes me feel. So yeah.
I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly. Believe me, I'm an addict for shopping. I've got retail therapy written all over me, realistically. But yeah, it is what makes you feel because, like drugs and alcohol, as you mentioned, why do people take that? And the opposite of addiction is connection. Drugs and alcohol, people are addicted to it. Yeah, because they don't feel isolated when they're under the influence. They don't feel so alone. They don't feel by themselves. So the opposite of that is to get a bunch of people, you know. And why do I want to have money? Like, what is it that it makes me feel? To be honest, I feel like at that moment, why do I want to have money? It's like, 'cause, I mean, this might sound a bit prideful and egotistical, but it's like I want to have money because I am willing to work for it, and
Mm.
that's made me feel the most confident.
Yeah. You feel a sense of achievement when you get like a paycheck and
Yeah.
you're like, wow, I
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah. And you know
Or I
what?
made that.
And you know what sucks too? I think this all the time. I earned like $9 an hour for years. I didn't
Oh, fuck.
fast food. I did
Yeah.
apprenticeships. Like I've been fuck a long time in my life,
Yeah.
and I've got only dreams to earn the money I'm earning now. Like
Mm.
I'm a tradesman. I'm going to get another qualification. I do a lot of work overtime. I do living away. I feel like I earn my money, but I was so much more. I was probably just as happy when I was earning fuck all.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
actually change anything.
Yeah.
And now I get a paycheck. I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, but what it would feel like to get like 10 grand every paycheck, that'd be crazy.
Pretty good, eh?
And then when I
Yeah.
get there, it's not actually going to change anything.
I think for me, it'd be more of a sense of security
Yeah.
and that feeling, that relief that I can provide for my family. Because I've been a single mum for a long time, and I've had some weeks where I've had to like go and get food vouchers and things like that from the Salvation Army and stuff like that. And it's not a very nice feeling. And there's a lot of like stress and panic and things like that. So yeah, for me, it'd be more of like that feeling of security and being able to provide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
And I think that's, you deserve that. So
Yeah.
don't feel guilt. Don't
Yeah.
feel bad if
So you have to pay for your suggestions.
yeah, of
Sorry.
course, of
Yeah.
course. If you're providing more than just, you're providing a space, you know what I mean? Just to provide any kind of space is a very important space.
Yeah.
It's a space for people to be able to feel and grow in whatever realm they're deciding to grow in. That's almost priceless at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So I wouldn't feel any guilt,
Mhm.
that I guess I look at my life from a lens of a single lad with fuck all responsibilities. I have a dog that I look
Yeah.
after. That's about
That's a
it.
big responsibility though.
It is, but it takes no effort.
Mm.
I had to take her for a walk yesterday, and that was fucking as much effort as it takes. Like that's about it.
Little cavoodle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she was sick the other week, so we're at the emergency vet, and yeah, it was just crazy. But she's all good now.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I the reason why I also got into this sound healing space is because when I did go through that whole journey of becoming unwell and reached out to people, I wasn't heard. I wasn't believed. There obviously wasn't a lot of like knowledge or research at the time around the vaccines and COVID and all of that. Um, my own family didn't believe, or how could it have been the vaccine? Like, why are you sick enough? Like, type thing. So I felt like I was in a lot of pain and alone. Um, and I had no one to talk to. So I feel like just like holding space for someone to talk and believing them is huge.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all most people need.
Yeah.
There's a sad statistic out there that I mentioned a few times on the podcast, but 1 in 10 people have no one.
Yeah.
1 in 10 people, that is mind blowing to me. Like to know that I'm fortunate enough to be surrounded by so many people that I can choose to lean on if I needed to,
Yeah.
Not everyone I do. Like fuck, I'll probably keep my circle small in that
Yeah.
way, but
Yeah.
it's like I actually am a very, very fortunate person. I'm grateful for it every day. But there's people out there that have fucking no one. And I hear stories of people who are coaches or mentors or even trainers or guides like yourself. And sometimes people just need to unload and speak and
Yeah.
open up. And that's providing so much for people.
Yeah.
Take away the instruments, take away their
Yeah.
beliefs, but just
Yeah.
having that conversation with someone
Yeah.
is so important. Some people even get that conversation. Like I get when I listen to podcasts, I feel like I'm in the room. I feel like, oh, okay, these people are my friends. I'm speaking to these people,
Yeah.
and it's crazy that some people just need connection. That's all people need. So to provide that is just fucking priceless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've kind of become the person that you call when you've got stuff going on, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously I need to share sometimes as well. But yeah, I've got like a really beautiful group of friends now, like a community where we can kind of share and get together and
Yeah.
support each other, which is nice.
Yeah. Nice. And you did say as well, like there hasn't been that many guys now starting to become a bit more of a open conversation for guys to become a part of experiencing sound healing and stuff. But it sounded like it was a pretty female dominated industry for a very long time.
There's a lot of male practitioners now too, which is nice. Like when I did my training, I don't know, there's like one guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, but now they're like popping up all over the place, which was good. Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, which is nice. And then a lot of men are becoming more open-minded to healing. I
Mhm.
don't know, I'm just trying to think of the best way, rather than suppressing.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the term healing. Term healing is a pretty cool word for it all because it is all healing, you know. That's I did notice a lot of people got that in my experience with Alex going and doing that session. Some people actually needed that. I got to enjoy the cool experience of fun. Some people needed that session.
Yeah. Some people, like, I remember when I did, like, some people were just like screaming, and I was like, oh, I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah.
But there was a few tears for me when I did the 9D breath work with Alex.
Yeah.
But it's even like in breath work, like Chloe and I do the breath and sound. Put that closer.
No, thank you.
And some people laugh with joy. And then like when I do breaths, like, and I start to do some of like the faster breathing, I get really angry. I'm like, like that anger comes out. So like, everyone's so different, has a different experience. But I'm noticing now, like even with the breath work, there's a Talk to Me Bro. They do like the Friday morning breath sessions down at the beach at Dixon Park. And there's heaps of guys there.
Yeah,
It was really good. Yeah.
There's a lad, Gaz Wright, that I do plan to see one time down in Melbourne. He runs a program, Hope Cartel, I think it's called, and that's like a breath work, 9D visual kind of class, and that's pretty much. I think that might be a male only dominated center.
Yeah, that's
And you should see the geezers that go through there, like they're yadded up head to toe, 6-foot footing, yoked, like prison and gang and drugs and crime and all these kind of lads coming through and just fucking crying and shit. Fucking what?
And I feel like they've all had their little moments where they've hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And on their way back up. Yeah.
Well, everyone's experienced rock bottom, and if you haven't, fucking put your seatbelt on.
It's coming for ya. It's gonna come eventually. Yeah.
I heard someone say once that my rock bottom had a basement. And I was like, fuck. I haven't even seen my basement doing the basement for a while. I'm like, damn, don't tell me that. I thought my rock bottom was it, but now you tell me there's a hidden floorboard somewhere. I could go down.
And I feel like rock bottom, or like the dark night of the soul, doesn't just come in one experience. It comes in multiple experiences that then lead to the rock bottom.
Yeah.
In my experience anyway.
Yeah. Well, I feel like rock bottom has also got different layers to it. You know, rock bottom is almost on a plane of one-dimensional experience of physical health. That was my physical health rock bottom. Mine, it might be like a sickness, or it might be an impairment. It might be like the fact that you broke your leg. It might be your mobility rock bottom, or you were suffering from a sickness, and that was your health rock bottom.
Yeah.
But then you also have your emotional rock bottom, a relationship, or your family, your friend, your
layers.
There's fucking rock bottoms everywhere.
There is.
But what's cool about it is like the fact that there's going to be a peak after every rock bottom, you know? There's going to be the polar
Rainbow
opposite,
after the storm.
you know? You might be like me and break your knee and pop a leg out, but fuck, not too long after that, you might hit a push-up competition.
There you go. Yeah.
Like, it's cool. And after every bad relationship, there's a good one. Yeah.
I haven't got one yet, but it's coming.
It's one coming.
Actually, no, that's not true. I've got a really good relationship with myself, and
beautiful.
yeah,
That may be beautiful.
yeah.
I'd like to be able to spend a bit more time working on a relationship with myself, but if you were to try and give any advice on that regard, like how would you start the relationship of trying to build a relationship with yourself? What was your steps?
I still struggle with the whole self-love concept. But and not being so hard on myself. But I feel like it's been like past relationships and past traumas that have totally like head fucked me to think I look a certain way, and I don't know, like, oh, no one will love me if I'm this way, or even when it comes to like the spiritual things that I do, not many people understand that. And then I found myself like I was dating and things like that, and like I noticed I was like trying to change myself so that the like person would like me. And now I'm just like, oh no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be me, and the right person will, like, it'll attract the right person or whatever. So yeah, and that's even the same in the sound healing world. When I first started out, I was like, oh, I have to like look this way and do this thing and be this way, like, to be successful. And then like over time, I realized that that was not true. That just being my unique, authentic self was going to resonate with other people and create success
Yeah.
in my life. So yeah, so if you're yourself, you're gonna attract the right people into your life regardless. You don't need to change anything about yourself. So yeah.
Well, there's only going to be one of you.
Yeah,
Ever.
absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how much we believe in reincarnation and energies and flows and consciousness, like you and your experience and who you are, there will never be anyone that can do it as good as you.
Yeah.
So you may as well be it to the best of your possible ability, you know?
Yeah, that's
true.
right.
Because if you're not the best version of yourself, no one ever gets to be
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a disservice to the universe. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't let that person come to the line. I've been
Well, like, I don't believe right now I'm the best version of me. And I may never be, but like at least I'm having a go.
Yeah.
And like working towards that. Um, it's like even like being a mum and comparing yourself to other mums. Sometimes I think, oh fuck, I'm a shit mum. And then everyone's like, no, no, you're not. Like, I love my kids and whatever. Maybe my parenting style is different to other people's, or their hair isn't perfectly braided, or I don't really like volunteer in canteen and shit like that. And half the time I don't know what's going on at school. They just like tell me. Doesn't make me a bad mum.
Not at
It's
all.
like my own mum style.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Being a mum, did you say you have three?
3 daughters.
3 daughters?
Yeah.
That's a handful, eh?
It is.
a lot.
It is. So my dad always reminds me that they're my kids and not my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the way that I parent is through, I don't know, like that we're just best friends. And I'm a little bit more chill and like flexible, but that's because I want them to be able to talk to me about things, not hide and sneak around behind my back and stuff like that.
How
Yeah.
your daughters, if you don't mind me asking?
So Evie, she'll be 14 in September.
Wow.
Layla's 11 and Harlow's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. You got a teenager and you got a little one at the same time.
Yeah. So they've all like got their own challenges.
Mhm.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
That's fun. That's super exciting. I can't wait for the journey of parenthood. Something I'm always excited for.
Yeah.
I'm very comfortable at the moment not being in the chapter. Like, but there's definitely been
Take your
times-
time. Go do some more travel.
there's been some times where I've just wanted nothing more than it, but I'm definitely in a position in my life now where I'm grateful I'm not. But at the same time, it's like, fuck, I cannot wait for the day.
Yeah. It's like just a different type of love that you just would never experience. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard someone say on a podcast once that having kids is almost like taking your heart and putting it external to your own body.
Yeah.
Oh,
It like brings in a lot of, I have a lot of, I don't want to say fear, but it is, of something bad happening to them.
Yeah.
And then like, and I don't want to project that onto them, but at the same time, I want to prepare them for the world that we live in.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard. Yeah.
Well, no matter what, all right?
Yeah.
They're going to be heartbreakers and they're going to have your hearts broken.
I have to remember too that this is their human experience.
Yeah.
And not to interfere too much with that. Like, they're going to make their own mistakes and things are going to happen to them regardless. So I just have to kind of be there.
Yeah. Our parents would feel exactly the same thing about us.
Yeah.
No, it's big bad world.
And I just think about what I was like.
Yeah.
Like, I was fucked. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, mum and dad, but and I'm just like, oh, I'm just waiting for the karma to come. But yeah, my kids are pretty good, so
Yeah, that's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, actually, if we're gonna speak on that, my kid's gonna be right about this for sure.
Sure.
I have not
Yeah.
manifested any good karma in my way.
Aw.
I'm trying to now. I'm trying to switch the whole script. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's go with that one.
I'm always like very open with them about everything that I did as a kid, and we've had the talks about the drugs and sex and
Yeah.
all, like the whole thing. Yeah.
Or
So
education.
I just fingers crossed they just make the right choices.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be honest, as I said, everyone's going to go through the same experiences. I have a belief that at the end of our life, if we were to take how we felt out of every moment, whether it be, and even concepts as well. So addiction might be one, it might be not good enough, might be one, it might be happy, prideful, excited, love, hurt, broken. At the end, we're all going to have the exact same scrambled up pile.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like if we take them in order in which they were done, they will very rarely become aligned,
Yeah.
People have kids earlier, some people get married earlier, some people
Mm.
get their dream job earlier or financial security.
Mm.
But in the end, we're all gonna have the same pile.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting.
Yeah, it is.
And it lets people know that we're not even alone either. It lets
Mm.
people know that whatever
We
I'm
all
going
have
through.
similar experiences.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever I'm going through, I
Mm.
guarantee it's been gone through before.
Yeah.
Someone's
of
made it
course.
out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what I've like learnt doing a lot of what I do now. Like even when I went away to birth my drum, like any type of retreat I will go to or any like session that I run, we're all connected in a way where we've had similar life experiences and things like that. So yeah, it's nice when someone starts to share and you're like, oh, I know exactly how you feel, or like you've got some insight to share. So yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons why NA is like one of my favorite things in the world because everyone that speaks, I'm like, bro, I know, I was just there. You know what I mean?
Just
Yeah.
happened to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. How many type of retreats and experiences? Like, how big is this world of sound healing and all that?
It's pretty expansive.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so much that you could do and learn. Like even on my journey, like to get better, I tried like this thing called bioresonance, which has a similar aspect where you use frequencies and stuff like that. But I was like on a bed and I was all strapped to all these things, and it was kind of like kinesiology where she had like vials that she would hold up to me, and then she just ran this program to a system, and it like picked up like all the heavy metals in my body, like any like diseases and things that I've had like over whatever. So yeah, so there's like bioresonance. That was really cool. Um yeah, I've been over to Bali and there's like all this somatic healing training that you can do where um you like shake energy and trauma out of the body through movement and stuff. So I went to Bali and did an embodied DJ course. That was a 7-day course. And I learned how to put together an ecstatic dance journey. And that's a type of somatic dance. Um, so there's like so many ways to release trauma and energy from the body without having to talk about anything. Just like from moving your body and using sound. Yeah. So there's so many different things that you can do.
It's crazy. The world is so big, and like I can be so uneducated on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely like I had my kids young, like I would like to travel more. And so the first time I went to Bali, this was before I was like this.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get tattoos and get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
Does
who
it?
doesn't?
Oh my
But
God.
then now I go back to Bali and I go for the culture.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, the way I just think about everything is so totally different.
Yeah.
Or what I can pick up, like what I can get from traveling.
Well, I think the
Yeah,
way you did it was the right way to do it. I'm being
Yeah.
on. They did that shit out of the way.
Out of the way. Yeah.
Experience it. That's like,
Yeah, I still would probably go get a few tattoos,
Yeah.
but yeah.
yeah. Well, you know as
different
well. You already get
experience.
yeah. The tattoos is a whole different experience as well. But I believe me, I lived the hangover one time in Thailand. Like I know exactly what that felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I go there and it's like, oh, I just want to go see the temples and I want to do this and that. And it's like that with every country I go to now. Like I don't want to fall victim to the temptations
Yeah.
of
Want to
irresponsibility.
explore the culture.
Yeah, I want to cultivate myself, you know?
Yeah.
Can't be, oh yeah, Bali was so good. What was so good about it? The bars, the fucking
I think I had like 1 lemon bintank, and that was me done the last time I was there. So
yeah.
yeah.
Nah, that's cool. And how old were you when you did have your first daughter? You said she was 14? You said you had
Yeah,
one.
I'm 38 now, so
Yeah.
I'm pushing.
Yeah.
I'm practically elderly, but that's another story. So Evie will be 14. So what would I have been? Like 24?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got married in my early 20s
Mhm.
and had Evie. And then when I was pregnant with Layla, that didn't work out. So we got divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I had Evie and Layla on my own for a while.
Yeah.
I met Harlow's dad and had Harlow, and then back to just me again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone enters your life to teach you something and give you something great, you know? And I think children is a fucking mad one to fall for.
Yeah, like I don't have any bitter feelings around anything. And like I'm super grateful for like my connection with their dads because obviously that gave me my children. So and then yeah, just looking forward to the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you reckon you're going to have any more?
Oh, well, I can't.
Oh,
I've actually had a surgery and my fallopian tube's removed.
yeah.
Yeah. So I can't actually physically make babies, but I don't want any more babies.
Because like, there's plenty of
Yeah,
that
that ship sailed.
There's still plenty of babies out there you could adopt if you ever wanted to.
Well, I put a dog,
Yeah.
but
No, it's so exciting. It's so cool. Yeah, I guess you did have kids young as well, which is what's.
yeah.
I have a lot of fear as well, and you're actually a great example for me to be able to use this example because when people around me are having children, because I'm not in the mindset of having a partner and wanting to build a stable home and raise the foundations of ethics and morals and raise kids, like I'm a bit more chaotic. I want to be out and I don't want to have one location. I want to move around a lot. And when my friends are having kids and they might be married, some might be not. I'm like, oh no, like you're about to like lock the fuck in. Like I don't like I have a lot of anxiety for people, which they don't ask for. I shouldn't have that, but I feel like they're limiting themselves of what their expansion might be moving forward. But you know, you had kids young and now you're living a life of openness and abundance.
Can travel. I still go do things.
Yeah, and that's a great example because I don't know why, but I've built this fear in my head, and it might be because in a construction-based industry, a lot of lads talk about the fact that once you have kids, it's over.
Yeah.
6 a.m. is the new lifestyle, and you don't fucking have any free time, and you're fucking this and that, and they've definitely indoctrinated a lot of fear into that mindset. But you can live your life forever, you know. You can live your life forever.
Your life does change for sure. And there was a period of time where I felt this was when I was all depressed and there.
Yeah,
I felt a little bit of resentment because I had children that I was limited to what I could do and achieve.
yeah,
But that was all bullshit.
yeah,
And so that was just an excuse. And then so once I was like realized, you know, even though I've got kids, I can still do all these things that I want to do. And I was doing like fitness shows and stuff like that. And like people would say to me, oh, I can't go to the gym because I've got my daughter. I just fucking took my daughter. Or you'd see me lunging up the driveway. Like,
yeah,
I don't want to hear that shit.
yeah. No,
You can do it. Like, there's no excuses.
That's a boss attitude.
Yeah. So, and I've still traveled and like done all these courses in Bali and yeah,
Yeah.
you can make it work.
I love that because it's like, yeah, it'd be easy to find the excuses and be able to tell yourself, I can't because I have these obligations, responsibilities, and commitments. But when you do overcome them and you put in that extra effort, not only do you get to reap the same benefits of the people who do the same thing, but you also get the benefits of having children, which a lot of people don't, you know, like that's crazy. That's cool. That's a perspective I've never had. I guess it doesn't really limit you at all. It actually gives you more than other people.
Like I feel like sometimes I'm really limited in what like opportunities being in Newcastle. And I've wanted to look at moving, like whether it be overseas or like to another state and things like that. And I can't because the girls need to be close to their dads. So that in a way I feel has like limited some of my opportunities, but like it's not forever. And I can branch out and I could do sound healing in different states. I would just fly there when I needed to and things like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you're actually not. I do know what you mean though, because that's the whole reason why I'm moving and selling my house that I live in, because I'm sick of fucking living where I live. I want to be a bit more central and hard in the middle of the chaos and you know what I mean, with the cities and all that shit. But at the same time, I've also come to a realization in the last 2 weeks where I hold a lot of excuse to the environment I'm in, but realistically, everything's within my control. I can still become and feel the person I want to become and feel in the middle of a desert, you know.
Do you mind me asking, like, where you're moving to?
I got a couple places I have to move to first because of like opportunities. Like I hadn't got the place I want to live at yet, so I'm gonna go live with a friend, which is a bit more like inner west suburbs.
Yeah. So, like, what's your final destination that you like?
I want to be in Sydney Olympic Park. That's my closest final destination.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not too far. It's only like 40, 50 minutes from here, but
Do you feel like is it more central?
it's for me. Like it's across the road from the stadiums and the festivals and the shows and the concerts and everywhere I want to be. I love art. I love seeing any performance at its highest level. So it could be a play of a musical. Or if I could sit there and watch High School Musical all day, I don't care. Or it could be, you know, a rapper or a singer or a seminar or a comedian or a footy game.
Yeah. Okay. So you just want to be where the action is.
Yeah, I love performance. It gives me so much. I watched Central C like maybe last week or the week before. It was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I thought I was a fan of Central C. I know fuck all of his songs.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I know nothing. I don't know two. But watching someone like him perform is like, man, what can I do with my life?
Yeah, what could I achieve? Yeah, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to have that UK rap. I'm not going to be that guy, but I can showcase me, you know, it's a my ability.
Of course.
I love seeing that kind of stuff. That's where I want to live. But outside of that, I don't really have a final destination. What about you? If you could move anywhere, where would you love to one day go?
I don't know. I really just feel at peace in Bali.
Yeah.
Even like my physical health is better when I'm in Bali. I don't know, there's something just energetic about Bali. Maybe Byron Bay. Yeah.
Byron Bay's mad.
When I'm like rich and famous, I'm gonna have like a cute farm, like I don't know, a property up there. Yeah, I like because you get like the bushland and the farms and the ocean all in one.
Yeah.
And just like everyone is a lot more like-minded. It's like is into what I'm into.
Yeah.
Type thing, and the beaches are really beautiful, and I don't know, I just feel like I need to be somewhere where I can just like chill.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of Byron Bay, because you actually get the seclusivity of your own space, your own land, your own flora and fauna.
Yeah.
But as soon as you want, you're back into the heavy again, you know? Like it is a hotspot tourist destination where you want it to be.
Yeah.
Just outside of that, it's your own little villa again, you know?
I feel like Newcastle's really behind the times when it comes to stuff like what I do, but maybe that's why I need to be here so I can kind of grow that community here. So I just look at it in that way. Like if I'm not here, like who's gonna do it?
It's absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like the community's starting to grow. Like I have a lot of friends and we get together and play our drums and sing, and there's a lot more sound healing popping up and things like that. A lot more of the embodied dance, like ecstatic dance events and stuff. But Newcastle's really behind all of that.
I feel like Newcastle realistically though is popping up a lot more in my life. Like I'm meeting a lot more interesting people like yourself from Newcastle, and I'm seeing a lot of content creators pop up from there, and we're seeing a lot of evolution and growth coming from Newcastle, which is not something
it's growing.
Yeah, absolutely, it's growing. And the question I wanted to ask you as well was, you know, I know you give these classes and guides and experiences to people, but how often do you get the opportunity to do it for yourself? Do you ever do that?
Not very often. I like at the moment I've got the sound lounge set up at home. So I've been doing that like every second night, which has been really nice. But I don't actually get much of an opportunity to go to these events and receive. So I'd like to do more of that. It is handy having friends that are facilitators. So like we can do swap services and things like that. But yeah, I would like to book more retreats for me just to kind of expand, I guess, and like more training. Like I'd really like to do like my NLP training up on the Gold Coast. I'd really like to do a quantum healing certification with Regan Hillier, like I was talking about. Melee, who I made my drum with, yeah, she's offering like a 12-month mentorship where we go to her like property up at Byron 4 times a year and connect via Zoom and stuff like that. So I'd really like to do some mentoring with her.
And what about how's the experience like if it's just you and your instruments on your own? How does that experience feel?
Yeah, like for me, I don't like the crystal bowls are impressive, but they're more of like a machine crafted instrument. And so I just feel more of a connection to like a handcrafted instrument. Like my drum, I feel really connected to the spirit of the kangaroo and all of that kind of thing. And like I made that. Um, and then also like with your hand beaten Tibetan bowls, they're in the car. I didn't bring any in.
Yeah.
I feel like a real connection and feel really grounded when I play the Tibetan bowls. Yeah, so and I work a lot with Tibetan bowls and tuning forks on myself at home. Like if I'm not feeling well, like I even travel with tuning forks.
Wow.
I don't take the Tibetan bowls because they're really heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't go anywhere without my tuning forks. It's like the thing that I can't live without, like my medicine or like yeah. So yeah.
And so those silver forks that you're talking about, those tuning forks, you can do the same kind of experience to someone else that you would do with yourself?
Yeah. So like if you tap these and just put them near your ears, you can hear like the frequencies. And then these like I just like run them through like the energy field and it like picks up things and I can like move the energy around and then this one is like just goes on the body. So then you can like feel the vibration in the body. Yeah. So these ones are more of like for your energy field and this is like more of like an on the body.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, but if I like I'm overseas and I've got anxiety or I've got pain in my body and things like that, like I use my tuning fork.
No, that's sick. That's a really cool tool. I did notice before you said like when you are using your crystal balls in a group of like 7, you're able to, you know, use the root chakra for the main.
Yeah, like I like to just get a little like a drone type happening and then incorporate the other sounds.
And I was curious as well because like I've played with the idea of chakras a few times in my life, and it's not something I practice at all at the moment. But just the understanding of the body and the different types of music you can listen to activate each ones and what you need to focus on and able to feel the experience of what chakras are. I have to say, in case anyone's ever open to the idea of it, I know for a fact after practicing root chakra for ended up like 3 months to stay on that one, I felt a red hot ball inside of inside of my root, I know. And I was just like, I remember like, the first time I experienced it, I was like, holy fuck, I'm leveling up. You know what I mean?
I'm feeling shit.
I was like, fuck, this is what they were talking about. I can't believe I made it. I was so excited. And then I don't remember necessarily if I ever went past it because I feel like mission accomplished. That's it.
Like some people see swirling colors, like they see the energy moving through the chakras and things like that. Yeah, so everyone just has their different experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I often like will work with the root chakra if people are just feeling really ungrounded or disconnected to nature and the earth. Especially like people I always recommend like if you don't live near nature, like you can't get down to the beach or in the bush and things like that. It's nice to have some plants and just barefoot walking and things like that all the time. So yeah, I just like the root chakra because it's really grounding. And crystals, I have a Jasper today to keep me grounded so I don't freak out. What would you do this podcast? Things like that. So yeah, each chakra and each instrument has a purpose.
Yeah. It's cool. Honestly, I love the whole world of it as well. Even me, I got my own little crystals that I don't take with me or anything like that, but I like keeping them. I love the fascination of them. Obsidian is my one.
Yeah,
I fucking love
okay.
obsidian.
Yeah, obsidians are good because you can cleanse other crystals with that. And they're really good, like, of a protection. Yeah.
Yeah. And to be honest, anytime I see a mad little pyramid made of obsidian or anything like that, buying that.
I've got, like, the selenite towers on these little light things that I have near my bed and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's sick. I love the whole world of it. To be honest, I don't know what I don't know. I'm gonna have to experience what it's like to have a sound healing session with you at some point in the near future, I really feel like, because like I'm so excited. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You'll be
Excited
mind
much.
blown.
I didn't know. Like I got this. You give me this book to read through. I'm thinking to myself.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to read the book, but I've got all of your gene keys written down, and I thought if you want you might want to read on them and see what that's about.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for that. That's so cool.
That's okay.
Because there's so much that I don't know, all right? And unfortunately, I just seen the time and I was like, fuck, we're getting towards the later part of the episode.
Yeah,
Sucks. Because there's so much I don't know and I would like to keep learning about it. I do say this at the end of a very awesome episode. I love to say that I want to do another one coming up in the future, right?
Yeah, cool.
However, I might do something new because I do really want to do this sound healing experience with you.
Yeah.
I love taking advantage of meeting people, exchanging conversation, and then experiencing their world as well. Something I'm trying to do lately.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe do the experience with you and then get you on again soon.
Yeah.
And then have another podcast episode,
Yeah,
just
talk
kind
about
of talk about the experience,
Yeah,
and then
nice.
it would help me understand what I don't know, you know?
Cool.
Because I am very limited in the questions I can ask you. And it's like, because everything's foreign, like it's like,
Yeah.
and I love that saying, you don't know what you don't know. So if you'd be down for it, I'd love to
Yeah,
do
sure.
an episode soon again, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I usually just go, let's do it in like a year and a half, 2 years, you know, catch up. But
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, it's something I'd like to try. So.
Yeah, cool. I can bring the stuff here, or you can come to Newcastle.
I'd probably come to Newcastle. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I've got a round I've got to do up there. There's some people that I've got to see, and I might as well take a couple of days and go do a trip out of
That
it.
sounds good.
That'd be cool. But yeah, it's crazy. You made a good effort of getting here today too, Newcastle. I didn't even thank you enough for that. Like, it's a good drive.
Yeah.
That's a great drive. The Newcastle drive sucks. It's
Like,
not
it was
a good drive.
alright, and then I fucked up under the tunnel and got a bit lost, but
Yeah.
made it eventually.
Yeah, it's cool. I have a final question I'm going to ask you in a minute, but there was another thing that entered my mind just before as well. If anyone wants to get interested in the world of sound healing and stuff, I know obviously to come to you would be a great place to start. So there's always links down in the description for your accounts and anything if anyone wants to get interested in that. But is there anything people can do at home just to kind of dip their toe in what it's like to try and experience sound in a way?
Maybe similar to like what you're doing, like listening to meditations and stuff. I've just got that Insight Timer app on my phone, and you can access like different frequencies and different types of sound healing and guided meditations and things just via that. I don't know, you could YouTube it.
Yeah.
Watch a few things on YouTube. Or you could just kind of take that leap of faith and just like search what events are in like your area and just give it a try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything that people should avoid? Like, I know we were talking about it before, like, you know, some music's bad for you, this, that. Is there anything that you've
I think like if you like want to really jump in there and try it, just like research the practitioner. Just like make sure you're going to the right person and that like it feels good for you. Yeah.
And what about in a sense of like, you know, like I know we were saying that some of the music they play on the radio is bad for you, and some music that I listen to makes me feel a bit anxious or violent even sometimes. Like, is there anything that you've painted in your head like, okay, I must stay away from that level of frequency or pitch or whatever?
I feel like there's different times of the days for different music. Like, I wouldn't be trying to go to sleep at night listening to like techno or hard style.
I'm basically trying to get home on a long drive, then
But yeah, like in terms of sound healing and being cautious, I don't know. I just feel like, it's for me, it's more the technique of the instruments and things like that. But yeah, I wouldn't be listening to hardstyle when I'm trying to go to sleep and things like that. If you wanted to like have a little bit of insight while you're meditating and go more deeper into meditation, that's when I would be listening to like certain frequencies and more of a calming type of music. Like I don't know, I don't get insights from listening to house music often, but I have a friend, Daniel, he's a sound healer, and him and his friend, they actually create house tracks and they put frequencies underneath it.
Wow.
And so that's becoming like a common thing.
Yeah.
But being able to do that is evidence that frequencies that aren't good for us are being put under music and being played on the radio. So that's just food for thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So But that's really cool. Yeah, there's a few people doing the house music now with the sound healing mixed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's like this thing online. I might be butchering it, but it might be. I only seen it once in passing scroll on, but it was like 600 hertz, or there was some kind of underlying frequency that's been put into a lot of music that does keep people a bit more
Yeah.
trapped, you know?
Yeah. There's charts and things that you can look at. I can send you, and it shows you what types of frequencies resonate with different feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like the 628 hertz, or like 628 hertz is okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of like, sometimes they call that the miracle frequency, and that opens your heart and things like that. Or is that 520 hertz? The same 528 hertz. But yeah, often if they're putting frequencies under the sound that's harmful, it's going to be more of a lower dense vibration.
No, it's crazy. The whole thing's cool. There's so much to learn. I got to get to research.
Yeah.
I am looking forward. I hope to book in this experience with you.
Yeah,
Cool. In the very near future,
just
realistically.
reach out when you're in Newcastle.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to work as soon as we're done this episode. I'm gonna start working out a timeline. See who works for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna thank you in a minute. But I want to ask you one final question. This is a question that I've asked every single person that's ever come on the podcast so far. Okay, it's my final question.
Yeah.
Don't be scared, because there's no right or wrong answer for it. It's just your own experience and opinion. But if someone came to you because they were feeling depressed, mostly because they were just lost, is there any advice you would give that person?
I'll just give them a hug.
Oh, that's so.
Only if they like say yes. It's really hard. First, I would ask them, do you have support? Do you have like somebody to talk to? And then I would be trying to find out what's causing the depression as well, because like even poor gut health and our diet and just like little simple life changes like that, like things like that can cause depression as well. Not just like from an energetic perspective, but yeah, I'd probably just give them a hug. Like, it's okay. I'm here.
I love that. And to be honest, you're right. You're all right. It might not just be an energetical presence. It could be as simple as what you're putting in your body, your environment, what you're choosing to indulge in, whether it be recreationally or, going out or even staying up too late. There's a million little things that can play a part, but just give someone a hug. It's probably what they need more.
I work in disability and mental health, and I've had clients say to me, like, they can't give up a substance because they don't feel they don't have purpose. They don't know what their purpose is. And so I like encourage things like journaling and stuff like that, and gratitude. Like, what are you good at? Like if you could change anything in your life, what would it be? Like, what would you want to achieve? Trying to get them to think of more of the positives. And that their life is worth fighting for. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That was a great answer. That was a long, deep, beautiful answer. One that I haven't had in a very long time. So thank you very much.
That's okay.
Yeah, I think this whole episode's been an eye-opener to me. You've done nothing but encourage me and motivate me, and I love the whole spiritual woo-woo speak. I knew I was going to love this conversation.
That was cool about the bear.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've only scratched the surface, realistically. So I'm going to have to get you back on in the near future, do a part 2 of this episode.
Find out where this tree is or what that means.
I know. As soon as I go outside today, I'm going to be touching every second piece of fin on the
trees.
Are you the one? No, so I couldn't thank you enough for making the effort of getting here today. It's been
well, thanks for having me on.
And for everyone listening as well, thank you for making it to the end of the episode. It was amazing this week. There'll be another one next week.
Shawty catch a vibe, yeah, I had to put her on. Bought a 2-seater, yeah, we heading for the sun. Shawty got my high, I ain't tripping for the funds. Yeah, I won't start, I ain't tripping, I won't start. Oh, living lively.